Hello, YouTube, Spotify, people who are watching us somewhere. I am Bruno, this is Talk and Talk. This is a conversation and immersion. We are here to speak in English and to talk about emotional intelligence. This is the subject tonight. Well, today I have with me Jonathan, Márcio, Fernando, Vanessa, Ju, Banda, and Will. And I'm gonna split the guys in the breakout rooms. Hello, Vanessa, first of all, how are you? Long time no see you. Where have you been, girl?
I'm okay. My job was super crazy. That's why I didn't schedule immersion, but I intend to return and improve my English.
Welcome back, Dan. It's really good to have you back with us. Well,
Thanks.
guys, you know how it works. Please do not correct one each other. Enjoy the talk as much as you can. If you don't know any word, of course, you can ask the other talkers. It's totally okay. Speak in English as much as you can and be respectful with the other participants. All right. I'm going to split us, I think, in 2 breakout rooms. I think it's a good number. Please don't talk too much. Don't forget to respect the speaking time. Everybody needs to talk a little bit. So please don't talk too much. I need just 1 minute to split us. And then we're going to start. Oh, Talita is joining us. So I would just accept her and then we're going to start. We're going to have 2 guys with me in the main room. I'm going to have Fernando and Will. And then in the breakout room, the other guys. Okay. Hi, Talita. Good to have you here with us. I'm going to split us now. Okay. Hello. I will share the questions one more time. Okay. Tonight we are talking about emotional intelligence. Oh, someone left. Jonathan, I think. So I need to reorganize again the rooms, guys, because every time someone leaves, I need to organize the room again. If not, then it's a crazy movement here. But I think now it's going to work. Let's see. So I said someone else has just joined, so I need to organize again. That's how it works. That's how it works. Yes, until 9 and 10, there are guys joining us. But let's do like this. I will just welcome Abrantes. Hello, Abrantes. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine.
It's Monica, Marta, right? If I'm not mistaken.
My name is Victoria.
Yeah, what's your name?
Victoria.
Victoria. Okay. Can I just change it? because it's easier to call you by your name. Okay. Now, thank you so much. Now I will split us. Share the questions one more time. Now it's going to work, guys. I'm sure. If someone else joins us, I will send this person to the breakout room. Okay. So in the main room with me, Fernando and Will, and the other guys are going to the breakout room. Please enjoy it. All of you already know how it works. So it's all about enjoying. Don't forget to start introducing yourselves. All right. Let's go, guys. We're going to right now. If you see the invitation, please accept it. Let's go. Okay, now we can start. I think people are going to the breakout room, so it's going to work. Let's start by introducing ourselves. Okay, let's start with you, Fernando. Can you please tell us a little bit about you, who you are?
Yeah, sure. My name is Fernando. I'm 33 years old. I live in Brasilia. I work as an administrative assistant. I like study English a lot. I really do. Movies and series. I love music. Music is one of my greatest passions. And yeah, basically that's it.
Very good. It's always a pleasure to have you here with us. Thank you so much for coming. And
My pleasure.
let's hear from Jonathan now. And you, Jonathan, who are you?
Hi, I am Jonatas. I live in Caxias do Sul, Rio Grande do Sul. I am 33 years old. I am teacher. I teach history and technology in 2 schools. And I like read, watch series, and sports I like a lot. That's it.
Very good. A lot of things. I loved it that you like teach English, I'm sorry, history and also tech at the same time. Yeah, is it like this? Like both things together?
Yes, both things. Because I have in one school I teach history, in other school I teach technology.
Oh, okay, I got you. Very good. That's really nice. That's really nice. Thank you so much for sharing. I know I have already seen you in the classes, but I think it's the first time we are talking in immersion, so it's really nice to have you. Thank you for being here. And how about you, Will? Can you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. Good evening to everybody. Can you hear me? Yep, perfect. My name is Will. I'm 24. I'm from Colombia, but I currently live in Brazil, in the northeast part in Ceará. And that's all. Thank you.
That was quick. Okay, very good. I'm sorry, guys. I have just dropped my cell phone and I'm just organizing myself here, but it's okay now. And I am Bruno. I've been here on TALKNTALK since September last year, but as a hostess since November. It's always a pleasure to be here guiding the meetings and also being here in the classes. I work here as a community manager and also as a teacher. And yeah, I love being here. I love this place. And I love dancing, studying. Now I've been studying Spanish too, learning Spanish. And maybe my goal for the next year is to be a Spanish hostess. I don't know if I will be ready, but I will do my best to achieve my goal. You know, maybe in December I will be ready. So I have 12 months to study and to practice. Let's see. Please, guys, root for me. So I think now that we already know each other, we can start by answering the question. So today we are talking about emotional intelligence. And I want to know from you, what are the characteristics of someone who is emotionally intelligent? Let's start with you, Will. What do you think? What characteristics does someone who is emotionally intelligent have?
Well, I had the opportunity to read some books about it. I read Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman. I don't know if you have heard about him, but it's basically a very good one writer about that topic. And well, taking that and taking some podcasts, because I've been related to that also before and in my present too. I would say that a person who is intelligent emotionally, it's a person who really know how that like answer emotionally in the right moment, with the right mood, or with the right emotion, and with the right person. Like, it's not about not having emotions, or not being angry, or not being sad, or not being all of those emotions we have. It's actually just know how to manage them in the right moment, with the right person, and with the right emotion. And that's all.
I loved that you mentioned, I forgot his name, Daniel Goldman. I was about to, like, I had a meeting about emotional intelligence, I don't know, 2 months ago, and I brought a video about him, like by him. But today I was like, no, let's just start like talking, you know. And he is like such a reference in this subject. So guys, if you don't know him, I strongly recommend. The guy is really, really good. Yeah, very good. And I totally agree with you, Will. I think it's not about not feeling anything, but it's about knowing how to deal with your feelings, maybe at the right time, how to control. And yeah, I don't know too much because I haven't read the book, but that's what I heard from him. Let's hear from the guys if they have experience about it. Jonathan, have you ever heard about it? What do you think someone who is emotionally intelligent is? How is this person?
For me, emotional intelligence is about to deal with your feelings, and I think have a relation with self-awareness to deal with your feelings, good feelings and bad feelings.
Very good. I couldn't agree more. You need to be self-aware, right? To deal with your feelings. That was a great definition. Thank you so much. And Fernando, what do you think about it? Can you think of something else? Do you have any experience in this area? Do you know about it? Do you like?
Sorry. My knowledge about it is very shallow. I guess I don't know a lot, but I believe that besides the ability of manage the feelings, deal with the feelings, also is the ability to identify those feelings, because I think that is the difficult part. Because when we are sad or we are experiencing some emotion, it's very difficult to identify the root of that feeling. So it demands a great intelligence to do that. I think it is that about you.
I loved it. Yes. Couldn't agree more. Very good. Will raised his hand. So go ahead, Will. What do you want to add?
No, just to add something else that I just thought about when Fernando, yeah, and answering more accurate the question, it would be like a person who is emotionally intelligent. It's very calm, like it's actually quiet, and it's very analytic. It's a very analytic person. I realized that because when I wasn't like emotional intelligent, I consider myself as emotional intelligent person. So when I was like, when I wasn't, I guess that it was like that. I was like anxious. I was like all my energy, and I was explosive emotionally. Like I was all the time feeling ups and downs, but it wasn't like a constant line of emotion, of like emotional state. That's what I meant. So it was like that, just a person who just meet with that emotional intelligent characteristic is just a very quiet, calm, and analytic person, more than the things that we already said.
Very good. I loved it. Yes, that's really important. And well, something that is in my mind is what like Fernando said about identifying the feelings, because we were taught not to deal with bad feelings, that are not bad, but they are like part of our lives, right? And we learned to call them bad. So if you are sad, this is a bad feeling. If you are like disappointed, this is bad. And it's actually not. It's just a feeling that is the opposite of happiness, right? So I think there are a lot of things we still need to learn about being emotionally intelligent. So that's why I love this subject. I want to know from you guys, what are the advantages of being emotionally intelligent? So now I'm going to start with Jonathan. I know, guys, being the first one is always hard, but you guys can do it. And if you want to add something afterwards, just raise your hand and you can talk, okay? So Jonathan, what do you think is the good part, the advantages of being this way?
I think have a relation with what Will said, is to be calm is important, to have emotional intelligence. No, in the past, when I was teenager, I have an emotional intelligence, and it was a learning for me. Nowadays, I am better, but I need learn more about this because it's a process. But for me, is to keep calm.
I loved it. Very good. I think for me, it's also about dealing with someone else's feelings. You know, I am a person who is still learning how to deal with my own feelings. But for example, if someone who is new here arrives to the immersion and they are really nervous, I start feeling nervous too, you know, and I kind of catch the vibe. It's really weird. So I need to learn, and I am still learning how to manage like what feeling is mine and what is like someone else's. And I think this is also about being emotionally intelligent. And I think when we do this, like when we are emotionally intelligent, this way we can handle better with like situations in general, you know. And that's what I think that is advantage, you know, when you are emotionally intelligent, you can deal better with situations. And what do you think about it, Fernando? Share with us.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more. And I also think it is, of course, about self-awareness. And this is something that we pursue during all our lives, self-awareness. And we also try to understand the other people. So, and this is exactly about that, about knowing yourself and other people, the people surround you. So it's very important, and I think it's something that we are always pursuing. It's something very nice.
Definitely. Thank you so much. I couldn't agree more, and you said everything true. Will, what do you think are other advantages about being emotionally intelligent?
I
Who like?
guess
Okay, it's working. It's working. Oh, okay.
I guess that one of the main advantages of being emotional intelligence is just being able to really know yourself, right? Like as you were telling, as you were saying, like there is a moment when you just start to realize and be very start to realize that you are being, let's say, you are being selfish, or you are being like whatever, and being in that state, being with that attitude generates an emotion, right? Like one of the main advantages that I find in being emotional intelligence is just be able to connect the emotions with the attitudes that we have, and everything is just connected actually, because actually our emotions are based also in our language. So if how we talk, I mean, like connect everything, it's one of the main things. Like if we start to know each other more and more and more, we are going to start to notice that, okay, words actually generates emotions actually generates states, and states actually generates like a whole thing, you know, like the result actions. So I guess that it's just being able to, one of the main things is just being able to know yourself a little bit more, and the other part is just to being able to connect and analyze, like as I was saying before, like analyze everything, you know. But more than analyze is just being able to take advantage of that. Like, okay, this person, for example, you were saying, Bruna, one person just comes here and they start to be nervous, and the possibility of identify the emotion that the person has, and being able to just modulate or change your tone of voice in a quiet and calm way that is going to give the peace of emotion, of the emotion of that person. Is just the ability of being smart and intelligent, you know.
Because I feel that the way we react to someone else's feelings and like their acts, it really influences the environment, right? Like if there is like someone really nervous here and I get nervous, like it's going to be a mess, right?
It's going to be up, the nervousness, like it's going to be up. So it's not going to help. But if you just change, if you know, if you're aware, you just change, do the opposite, is going to like balance, you know, balance the emotional rank. I don't know.
It's just like Fernando was saying about always like keep working on it. And of course I am improving and identifying better my feelings than like someone else's feelings, but it's a work in progress, definitely, guys. Well, we have someone here who is a teacher and who worked with kids. So I don't know from you, Jonathan. I'm sorry, I know you were the first one in the other question, but I'm going to talk about kids now. So do you think we should teach emotional intelligence to children? And if so, how? Is this something you usually talk at school with the other teachers or with the coordination? Can you share a little bit with us? Mainly now after the pandemic, right? I can imagine the impacts were big on children. Share with us.
You are right about this, about after the pandemic was very hard because the children couldn't deal with your emotions. And I think the most time is a mistake in the schools because the most of time we are concerned with subjects, history, geography, and we sometimes forget about the emotions. And I think it's important do circles to speak about your feelings. Sometimes the children have many bad feelings and don't have anyone to talk about. In your families, in your house, it's very hard to find someone to talk. And sometimes just teacher is a person who they can speak about their feelings.
Yeah, this is really hard, right? And like most of the children spend like, I think the most part of their days at school, right? So it's one of the most important places, and they need to feel safe there. And I think I totally agree with you. It's really important to like talk more about it, about emotional intelligence. From my point of view, what Fernando said, again, I will mention it again because it was really nice. It's about identifying feelings. I know there are some books. There is one really nice. I think the name is Emocionário, if I am not mistaken. That it's like basically a dictionary of feelings, you know, and it explains with details, and it's really sweet and nice, not only for children but for us too, because I think we didn't learn how to talk about our feelings. At least here in my house, I didn't, and I'm learning now in therapy to identify what I'm feeling and to talk about it. And it's difficult. but it's a work in progress. So maybe through books, this can be a good initiative. That's what I could think. What do you think about it, Fernando? Share with us.
It's very important. Encourage children to talk and to express themselves and to identify those feelings. And if you don't do that when they are children, they will grow up. I don't know even how to say this word, like close, like shy, but it's not just shy to the outside. It's shy from the inside. Which happened to me because when I was a kid, I kept those feelings with myself, and I grew up like that. So as you, I've been learning now how to express myself through therapy and through talks like this. So and it's really challenging in the adulthood. So we need to teach our kids, and I've been trying to do that with my son. I have a 14 years boy, and I've been trying to do that to when I feel that something wrong, or I try to understand the reasons and try to guide the conversations in order to him. Because I want that he will understand the reasons before me to explain to me. So it's very important.
Good point. Good point. Yes, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I didn't know you have a son. That's awesome. Really, really good. And yeah, I think that is the process, and it's really good to know you are aware of it and that you can like guide him and like teach him how to deal with his feelings. I'm sure when he grows up, like it's going to be good. And now that he is 14, right? It's the moment that our hormones and the feelings are so overwhelmed. Everything is so crazy. So this is the best moment to learn how to deal with feelings.
And it's good too because of this age. Now I can talk to him, and he can talk to me, and he understands. I understands what he's saying. So it's really good.
That's awesome. Very good. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And what do you think about it? Do you have any children around you? Is it important to learn? How was your experience when you were a child?
Yeah, I agree. I agree in about the thing that we should, or in teachers or in school, children should be taught emotional intelligence. And my personal experience, I would like to have when I was like when I was like, I don't know, 10, 12, 14, 13, the pre adolescence. I don't know if I can say that. Yeah. Okay. I was 18 when I was a teenager. Like I wish I could have that information. But of course, later on, I just found it and I just start to learn, and I'm continue learning about it, and I try to be aware all the time, because sometimes we are not, and we forget, and we just need to reinforce the information. What about what I wanted to say is that I had a little sister. She's 10. So let's say that something that I've been helping her is just trying to be able to talk. Like it's because, like Fernando said, like sometimes we just enclose everything. Like we really close the door and don't let anything to get out and don't let anything to get in. So it's quite hard when we just to live in that way, because it's not going to be very we're not going to receive a feedback. We are not going to know if we are acting or doing the right thing. We're not going to know that if the feeling that I have is normal or it is not, or we're going to feel strange or whatever. We need to share that. And with my sister, my little sisters, is the thing about just talking to her eyes. I mean, having eye contact, it's so important. Like it's just the door of the soul, you know. There's someone there, I don't know who, but who says that, like I guess that is an author or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
But the eyes is really, I mean, if someone just know, if someone can't not just stay or maintain or keep the eye contact with you, it means that she or he doesn't have emotional intelligence, because it's not or at least doesn't have a good autoesteem. so it's
I
like
am
that.
bad at keeping our eye contact. I must confess, guys. I need to work
Me
on
too.
it.
I
Yeah,
would say
that's
that
terrible.
too.
Yeah.
Like
I have a lot of trouble with
it's
that.
of course a process, as Jonathan was saying, like of
Yeah.
course. I mean because when we are children, we are not taught, we're not told to do that. Actually,
Yeah.
it's like we just, I don't know if it is because of the television or the programs or the things that we see or we usually see in the school, but it's like all the time like this, and we need empower ourselves. So it would be amazing just to have emotional intelligence class for
Yeah.
children, because it's going to be like empower kids, like children empower themselves. And it's going to be like they can just eat the world. I mean, it would be amazing. They're going to be motivated also to think,
Yeah.
and they're going to be the next genius of our generations. So it's like that.
Yeah, that's really nice. No, I loved it. Yes, I think it totally connects to what you were saying about confidence, too, right? Like I think there are so many things connected to this to emotional intelligence that is complex, you know. Well, there are so many good questions here, but I will go ahead to question number 4. Well, be careful because I am the only woman here, so I want to know from you if you think there is a difference between women and men where emotional intelligence is concerned. So when we are talking about emotional intelligence, is women more emotionally intelligent than men, or men are more emotionally intelligent than women? What do you think about it, Fernando? Let's start with you now, because Jonathan had been the first one to try.
Okay, I don't think that there is any difference about the knowledge, the levels of emotional intelligence or whatever is no different. But I think it's different the way we are taught. At least my generation were taught, because it was different to, oh, you are a man, you cannot cry, you cannot show feelings, so it's more I think that it's more difficult to express your emotions, because even for the other children, the peers, they you can suffer bullying if you cry in the middle of the class, or I don't know, it's difficult. And but now I think it's start to change something. People are a little bit aware, more aware of those, the importance of show the feelings, but it's still very difficult. I think for the things that my son tell me, it's still difficult for him.
Yeah, I was thinking here that also when we are talking about adulthood, women usually have like a lot of journeys, right? They need to take care of the house, take care of the family, and of their jobs, and of themselves. So I think this leads to stress, right? And maybe women may not see as that emotionally intelligent because they are always overwhelmed, right? Like with like thinking and working so much, and like most of the time they are taking responsibilities that should be shared instead of done by just one person. So maybe like people may see men as more emotionally intelligent in some cases. I think this is complex.
It's prejudice in the both sides, because you think that the man doesn't feel, and the
Yeah.
woman shows a lot, feel a lot. So it's prejudice
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, it's complex. Thank you so much for sharing, Fernando. Jonathan, what do you think about it? What's your point of view? Share with us.
I think it is complex, and we men's we learn to, I don't know how to say, we don't, men's don't cry, just women. And I think women express more than men's. And for us, it's hard to express. I can be so sad, but I don't express this. And for women's, I think is more visible.
I liked it. Yeah, very good. And it's like you and Fernando said about guys, and mainly when your children, you are taught not to cry, right? Like you can't cry, don't do it. Boys don't cry. Why? Why? It's really hard, because I think it starts with us. Sometimes we reproduce these things, so we need to be really careful and to educate ourselves in order to avoid these things, right? Like we should stop sharing this and spreading this, but it's hard. Like sometimes we are just like reproducing stuff, right, that we learned from our family, and then it's a cycle. Really tough.
I think we have a challenge about this. For example, with teenagers, my students, I think they are different for my generation.
Yeah. Do you think they are more emotionally intelligent? Like, how do you see these different genres?
I think they express more. For example, the guys, the boys express more. If I compare with when I was teenager.
That's good,
But,
right? If you want to add something, go ahead.
okay.
It's okay. Very good then. Thank you so much. As it's really nice to see like they are learning, and they are better than us on it, right? Very good. Will, what do you think about it? Is there any difference between men and women in terms of emotional intelligence?
Well, in my opinion, I guess that we both have the same capacity of deal or being emotional intelligence, but we are different in terms of anatomy. Let's say as a human being, we are different, and not even physically, it's also internally. Let's just point that. I know that for sure women normally has more levels of, like, you as women have more irregular, how to say, like a lot of ups and downs in terms of hormones because of your
Mood
period.
swings.
Yeah, because of your period and all the stuff. So in certain way, in my opinion, we don't have that as men. So like men. So in my opinion, I guess that you are completely more intelligent, emotional intelligence than men. Let's say because you have more things to deal with. You have more like ups and downs, you have your period, you have pain. I mean, you have pain during some days of the month that you have to deal with that pain and even deal with people, right? You don't really let's say that you don't really, it's not support, you can't stand women, you can't stand sometimes yourselves, and you have to stand it, and you have to just stand others at the same time. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
I guess that sometimes, I mean, if I say you women have more, you are more intelligent in terms of emotions, in terms of regulations, in terms of that. However, doesn't mean that a woman it's going to be always intelligent, emotional intelligence, because that would be wrong, right? We cannot talk in a general way. So to that point, we are different in that case, but we both have the same capacity of being able to manage or to deal or to learn how to be intelligent with our emotions. And the second point about what were you saying is like, yes, I noticed, as Fernando said, that children now are more likable to express what they feel and to talk about it. However, it doesn't mean also that they are emotionally intelligent. So because that's the thing, doesn't mean that you always have to talk. I mean, there is a really slim line, I don't know how to say, like a really slim line between express and between, because there are some things that we don't have to share also. So it's kind of like it's more than express, it's just also knowing how or knowing what express, right? So but it's very good, the point that we advance of that on that thing, you know, like of being able to express ourselves, and more children and teenagers, because teenagers are so like that. It's like a pattern. They are not sure that much it's hard. It's really nice what Fernando is having right now, because that experience is really amazing. I'm not a father, but I'm like a older brother. So it's kind of like I know that we all the time are influencing people that love us, or that they have us as a reference. So it's like that. So
very good. Yeah, thank you so much. You said so many nice things. I don't know which one to comment, but everything was nice, you know. And yes, we have mood swings, but I know men also have mood swings. I don't understand too much, but I've read it already somewhere. Maybe if you Google it, it's going to be there somewhere about the mood swings. But for sure, we have pain and other stuff, right? Blood, all the things, periods, you already know, right? So yeah, very good. Thank you so much for sharing. There are so many good questions, but I want to ask you, how do your friends, let me see, I forgot the number. How would some of your closest friends describe you? And you can also share if you agree with these, you know, if you are the way your friends usually describe you. Let's start with you now, Jonathan. How would some of your friends describe you?
Sorry, I don't understand. What is the number of the question?
Number 7. How would some of your friends, your closest friends, describe you?
It's hard to explain. I think I am very, very calm, quiet, and sometimes if I am calm, I am okay, but sometimes I can be nervous a lot. And I am 8 or 80.
That's good. Let me ask you something, because here you are like so calm and so serious. Are you like this with your closest friends too, or you feel more like comfortable to be more extroverted? You know, how is it for you? Or you're always like this, calm and serious? How is it for you?
Sorry, I don't understand.
It's okay. I will say again, because here you are so serious and calm and like, you know, serious. Are you like this with your closest friends too, or you are more extroverted? How is it like around your close friends, you know?
Depends on the moment, but the most of time I am more closest.
Okay.
If I am serious, I can't be extroverted.
I got you. Very good. No problem at all. It's good to have like people like this here, because you guys know I am really talkative, you know, and I am just like always smiling. So it's nice when I have the chance to like talk to someone who is different from me, and it's always curious. So thank you so much for sharing with us, Jonathan. And how about you, Will? How do you think your friends would describe you?
That's a very hard question because I don't have my closest friends here. But I mean, it's not mean that, I mean, I'm not saying that you are good friends. I mean, we are just I'm just saying that it's not easy for me. But I guess that they would say, or they would describe me as I mean, in terms of emotional intelligence, right? Okay.
General, yeah.
Oh, in general.
Yeah, both, like about being emotional intelligent or about your characteristics, you know. It can be in general too.
Okay. I would say that they consider me or describe me as a happy person. Like I'm all the time like smiling, like having fun, and an energetic person. I can say that. Yeah, energetic person, or a person with a lot of energy. But here is the thing. I learned how to have a lot of, I learned how to distribute the energy, because I wasn't like that before. I was like all the time like a Christmas tree, you know, like with a little light. I was on all the time. But now I know how to really be on, off, on, off in certain
How to
moments.
control it, right?
Yeah. Sometimes I just forget how to switch. Sometimes it's okay. It's okay. But I guess that they would describe me like that, like a Christmas tree.
I loved it. Yeah, that's really nice. And I think I am like pretty similar, you know. I'm always like talking, and but my friends usually describe me as a good listener. I think this is good. Of course, I'm learning. Even though I am really talkative, I think I am also good at listening. And I think happy and cute. They usually call me cute and helpful.
All the time, yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
also
think
like that.
That's it. And how about you, Fernando? Share with us.
As you, I'm a good listener, and I agree with that. And once a friend of mine told me that I am almost an analyst because I listen a lot. I am observant. I observe a lot the things, and then I talk. But I'm very observant, and in group, I think it's more difficult. I don't talk. I'm not so talkative in group, but if we are just you and me in a room, one to one, I talk a lot. So
Very good.
yeah.
Me too. Oh gosh, I love talking. If I could, I would be here all day long, answer all the questions, and the meetings would have 2 hours, but unfortunately we can't, that's really bad. People are coming back. Ju, how was the talk? I loved your earrings. You're so beautiful tonight.
Thank
How
you.
was the talk for you? Did you like it?
I like it. The time it's flying.
Yes, girl, I feel you. Very good. Ju, is there anyone that is so emotionally intelligent that this person is a role model for you? It's question number 8. Is there anyone that inspires you in terms of emotional intelligence?
Yes, I see that the Ivana in the program Ivana Fix My Life. She's teaches the families ask for her. She teaches tools and the conversation, the family to be more structured, more a good relationships.
Very good. I didn't know her. I will take a look at it. There is a podcast, right, Ju? Where do you usually watch her? On YouTube, or do you listen to her podcast?
No, I watch on YouTube.
On YouTube. Okay, guys, I will share her name with you because that was new for me. It's Iyanla. Really nice, Ju. Thank you so much for sharing. And how about you, Vanessa? Is there anyone you know that inspires you in terms of emotional intelligence? An example?
Yes. I was talking with the girls. I admire Leandro Carnal. He's so intelligent. I admire him a lot.
That's awesome. Really important guy and really nice. That's true. He is emotionally intelligent.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more with you. Very good. Vanda, I want to hear from you. If you consider yourself someone who is emotionally intelligent, and how do you do it? Why? Share with us.
Oh, my mouse is a little bit don't want to work anymore.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yes, I'm a calm person. I want to stay happy for me and for other people. Yeah, I consider myself emotional intelligent, and it's a process. I like to step by step get more and more intelligence.
Yes. That's what we were talking about here in the main room. It's definitely a process. So thank you so much for sharing. And I totally agree with you. I think you are an emotional, intelligent woman, Guys, the last question I want to ask for someone that I know is a mother. So Vic, can you share a little bit with us? How is the process for you? If you usually talk to your son about it, is it important to teach emotional intelligence to our children, and how do you do it? Share with us.
Yeah, I believe it's too important to teach our kids about it, because if we don't teach, they will learn it in real life, and sometimes it isn't good. So I believe we have to teach it. It isn't easy, like it's really hard to do it, because sometimes we don't know how to do it, and sometimes we don't have the intelligent emotional, like, whoa. So yeah, I believe it's a really hard thing to teach, but we have to teach it.
Very good, very good. And you said something really nice. We don't know how to do it, so of course, like, parents are always trying their best, and yeah, it's a work in progress forever. We need to learn how to deal with our emotions and everything. Will has just said there is an author called Anthony Robbins, and I want to also share with you another one called Daniel Goldman. There is a really nice video where he explains a little bit about emotional intelligence, so I want to share with you this video if you want to watch after the meeting. I also shared the link for you to send your feedback. It was really, really good to talk to you tonight. Fernando, Jonathan, and Will, thank you so much for being amazing here in the main room. Victoria.
Olha só, tem uma pergunta para te fazer, para você que parou.
And Vanda, Van, and Márcio, thank you so much for being here. Eita, tem alguém. Eu tô ouvindo alguma coisa. Tem um. I don't know if you guys heard this, but I did. Okay.
I thought it was someone here.
So, but it's okay. It's okay. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great night, and I hope to see you here tomorrow. I'm here at 8, okay? At 8 p.m. at night. If you want to join, I'm going to be here. Okay. So thank you so much, and see